Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Anything Bowl Where Anything Goes. My name is Miguel.
I'm Brendan.
And welcome to
You
episode.
weren't ready for my energy.
No, I wasn't. Welcome to episode 108, folks. Where today we're talking about so much stuff. Brendan,
Yes.
we're gonna go back and forth. I want you to name what we're talking about, and then I'll give you the next one.
Okay, Netflix movie.
What is it?
Hitman.
Hitman. What's after that?
SpongeBob.
Oh, The Boys, and then
The Boys. Then the Hit Squad.
nope. What does that mean?
House of Dragon.
The House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
and
then Star Wars.
yes, and then
And then there's more. But wait, there's more.
Billy Mays here. Today, folks, we're talking about Hitman.
He
That's
died
gonna-
7 years ago. On my Instagram, I just thought I'd share.
Wait, really?
That year might be wrong too. But
Was
yeah,
that
his
today?
anniversary. No, I think like yesterday, or the day before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Been a while.
Your
Yeah.
Instagram feed is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your Instagram feed goes, Billy Mays died, naked woman.
Funko Pop. Star Wars. Oddly specific graphic car accident. Dog. You're laughing because you get those too.
Yes, there's nothing wakes you up as much as hitting Instagram Reels at 7 a.m. You're like, all right, I gotta get, oh, he's dead. That guy is.
My favorite is watching those and going, oh, dash cam footage. I wonder what kind of weird accident. I'm like, oh, that biker's dead. Why? Because he's in the air.
We made it 2 minutes.
Before we start talking about death
Yes.
and just murder.
Well, I was gonna
I don't understand the algorithm.
Neither do
Okay,
I. The
you look-
algorithm doesn't make any sense because for me it'll be like nonstop. It'll go Funko Pop. Look at this Funko Pop. Look, Marvel news. Here's 3 car ads and then a dash cam footage. What happened? Oh, somebody flew out the car windshield.
Well,
They're
that's what it
flying.
is.
They're over there.
The
Then
algorithm
next.
goes, he looked at 9 of these. He must be tired of those. Oh, look, a dash cam footage of someone getting murdered. Guys, he watched in 30 more. Just keep him coming
And then
for the rest of his life.
It's 30 of the same new Marvel teaser trailer that comes out in a row.
Yeah.
Followed by another dead person.
Yes.
Anyway.
Followed by TikTok dancing again.
Yeah. That's just you. So
I've been on Anything Bowl Instagram when I didn't have an account. It's that
I was all mad. We had a whole discussion. Okay. Not the point. We're talking about Hitman, the
Yep.
Netflix movie. Why? Because Netflix movies sometimes randomly do really well for us.
Yes.
And it was a fun time.
Okay.
The Boys.
Yes.
Because we talked about it last week, but last week doesn't count.
Because we lost that episode.
We'll talk
'cause-
about that later.
We can talk about it right now.
Then it's the Acolyte.
Okay.
Then we're talking about House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And Inside Out 2 because Brendan
We're
didn't
doing
see it.
all these shows week by week.
No, we're just going to touch on it.
Then we
There's-
don't have to touch on the Acolyte because nothing happened.
more things happen in the last 3 seconds of that
It
than
went
have
from
happened.
point A
in-
to point B in one.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about just 3 seconds. The only 3 seconds of something moderately cool in the entire
Oh,
show.
your bar is low.
It is. For Star
Wow.
Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, you have to look. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay, one thing at a time.
It's cool. Why I saw red.
We saw green and blue and yellow and then red and
They
then.
did nothing. You got
What
cock teased
happened-
by fucking
Yes,
Dave
I did.
Filoni. And you're
I
like,
did.
oh boy, I can't wait till next week. It was
Throbbing.
30 minutes.
Throbbing.
You know what happened?
Throbbing.
Nothing.
Cock tease, throbbing.
But you come quick.
You're playing with the bottle caps.
Yes.
Bitch, I bet you come too quick.
Fucking Star Wars
No.
blue balling loving motherfucker. I
That's
don't-
right. No, the Acolyte's bad. What happened last week, Brendan?
So we recorded an episode in the midst of us finally getting some kayak stuff together
Yes.
and going kayaking for the first time this year.
Yes, we did.
Not in general, but just for the year. And we got some twisties, twisted teas for those uncultured of you.
Rocket Pop.
Yes. And we got really drunk on the lake, blasting music and doing whatever.
Yeah.
And we got 2-3 miles out there. And we're like, it's probably time to turn around. It's
Oh,
probably a
but
good
yeah, it's
call. We've been
gonna
out here for like 2
Take us
hours.
about an hour and a half to get
Yeah.
all the way back.
And I got the speaker just blasting, and we're just singing on the lake. And then out of nowhere, it just gets real quiet
Music turns off.
instantly. And I'm like, that can only mean one thing. It disconnected. And the only reason it would disconnect is if it was nowhere near me. And I definitely didn't get robbed in the middle of the lake. So my phone just fucking fell to the bottom of that lake. And I just went through a whole fucking ordeal where I lost
Yeah.
everything. I got locked out of my Samsung account
Did-
and my email.
Which
And then I
is-
had to call Yahoo support. Hold on. Which is a paid for service to get my email
had to
back.
pay for it?
Yes. For a monthly subscription to have someone walk me through the step-by-steps that I already knew. I almost killed someone. I just swear to God. And then I had to fucking work overtime on top of it at the same time while all this was going on. I had the busiest work week of my life and no phone. I
That's
almost
what you
cracked.
get for using.
Okay. You take your 2008 email and just transfer everything over.
No, I'm just never gonna open it.
There has to be something on there that you used it for.
No, that's what my Apple ID is, which is how all of my Apple devices are connected.
Yes.
I
What's the
refuse.
password?
Don't know.
Exactly.
Just refuse to log
Can't wait
into
till
it.
you get locked
Uh,
out.
I'll change it one day.
Yeah.
You have to call Apple and they're like, all right, sign over your firstborn son. Okay, now answer these 25 questions, your social security
There's a
number.
monthly subscription, and you need to buy a new phone first.
But I'm talking to you on one
I
that
cannot
works.
help you until you buy a phone. I have 7. Doesn't matter. It's not part
One
of your
more
monthly
will do you
plan.
some good.
Part of our deal.
So, Hitman, Brendan.
Yes. Hitman.
Hitman, what is Hitman?
It is a movie that caught me completely off guard.
Agreed.
They made it seem online like it was about this dude who was just a really good hitman who had all these different
Yeah.
personalities, and it was going to be really cool, and they were going to deep dive into him, and it wasn't.
No, it was
It was
not.
a rom-com
Yes.
that was definitely funny.
Agreed.
That kind of caught me off guard in all the decisions it made, but I still had a great time.
So Hitman is a Netflix romantic dramedy. There's drama, but it's a comedy at the same time.
A little bit of action, not
a little
too
bit of
much.
action. No, but very and there's
Bare
a
minimum.
lot of weird sex, a lot of lingering shots on naked Glenn Powell, and
I wasn't looking
You
at
didn't get
Glenn
that at all?
Powell, no. No, I was looking at the woman.
I'm commenting on the scenes themselves.
You're just
And the
watching
amount
these
of
sex
time that
scenes,
they
you're like,
took.
fuck, look at that six-pack. His shirt's off again.
I'm not
That's why
gonna
you
say
like
he's
Star
an
Wars.
attractive man. What? I'm not gonna say he's an attractive man. I'm gonna say he has more fucking charisma than I've seen anyone else in any of the shit we've watched in quite a long time.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Ryan Gosling. Which
That's
is
fair.
what I want to talk about. 'cause
That's
it's
fair.
been bothering the fuck out of me. If you put Fall Guy on Netflix instead of theaters, I think it would have done great.
Agreed.
But I also don't know, because, like, he's doing really well right now, but I would argue that Ryan Gosling still has more star power than this guy.
100%.
But even though he's, like, at the top of his game right now. So, like, why is this doing so much better, but a Ryan Gosling-led rom-com with way better budget and all this other shit going on
Well,
failed
because
solely
one was
'cause it in
streaming,
theaters?
and there wasn't a lot put behind it. It's completely word of mouth. The other one was pranced around and shown at like South by Southwest and a bunch of film festivals. And the same thing is Furiosa, where everybody's like, "Oh, critically, this is a great movie," and then like the common dipshit person who goes to the movies on Friday and doesn't plan for it goes, "I have no idea what this is. I'm not going to
No,
see that.
I mean,
I'd
Hitman-
rather see Inside Out too."
Hitman I probably wouldn't have seen.
No, definitely
if
not.
It was in I mean,
The only reason we
happens to everybody.
the only reason that we watch it is because it's trending,
Well, we were supposed to watch Inside Out too, as well
Yes.
as a last-second ad,
which
but
I did.
I could not get to the theater because I was
No,
on call for work.
That's fine. So Hitman.
Yes.
It's about a dude
Yeah.
who the actual story it's a dude who's a really boring teacher, but he does like technological surveillance for the police on the side,
In
and
his
then
free time.
in his
yes.
free time, and then eventually they're like, "Hey, we want to put you into the field." And then he goes, "All right, I'm gonna go complete method and just start dressing up as different people with different accents and different backstories to trick these people who wanted to find a hitman to kill someone,
Yeah.
and then arrest them."
Yes.
And then he just winds up falling in love, and then he actually does murder a couple people.
And the implication that he said that hitmen don't really exist is a lie.
The dark web's kind of scary,
Yeah, like you could.
They're hitmen are
Also,
real.
I heard from Isaiah, which could be wrong. That
of course.
that besides prostitute, hitman is the oldest profession.
I believe that.
I thought it would have been farmer, but okay.
It's the dawn of man. We wanted to kill each other, but
and
not
have
ourselves.
sex. What else does a man need? Food. Fuck. Okay, invent beer. Now we
That's
can farm.
food?
Yes.
Now we could farm.
Um,
What did you think of Hitman?
I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it a lot. The only thing I didn't. So, I have a lot of social anxiety. So that you want to keep fucking touching that, Mike?
Holding a beer.
So, I have a lot of social anxiety. So the idea that you could take just anything that you want to be and physically change yourself like that over
Yeah.
a relatively short period of time, like he did,
Mhm.
where he's not a very talkative person or whatever,
And then he
and
becomes
just
Ron.
becomes such an extrovert and just
Yeah.
what. And I'm like, is that really just all actors? Like,
You just blend a bunch of personalities together,
yeah,
and that becomes who you are.
like I really don't think I'd ever be able to trust an actor as a
No.
person. Like everything out of your mouth, I would have to assume is fake because
Well,
any emotion you could just command at will. So I could say something and you could be like, "Oh man, like that I feel so bad for you. Oh, I'm gonna cry for you or do whatever." And in
mm.
reality, you're like, "This guy's so fucking annoying." Spit on the mic.
I think it's crazy because the movie presents itself as like a very sexually driven but also comedic movie, but then also has this very intense and real premise in the center of him as like a what is he, a psychology professor?
Yeah, I didn't really see it as a sexual driven thing.
I think
It
were
caught
you
me
on your
very off guard
phone?
that like halfway through, just like sex started popping up left and
Yes,
right.
that's what I
But
mean.
but like when I started the movie, that's not the vibe I got at
No,
all.
not at all. The first half of the movie before he meets the girl
Yeah,
feels like it's more comedic than anything. And then once he meets her, I feel like tonally it takes like takes a turn
yeah.
and it's much more about like trying to linger on these shots and all this and
I think that this movie has. It's really sorry.
you gotta wake up, man.
I've been up since like 8 a.m.
What?
I've been on
It's
call.
like a hamster.
I've been on call since like 8 a.m. So it just really Sorry, you're just gonna have to cut all this.
Every time you say that, I deliberately leave
I
it
know,
in.
but in the main one you do, not in like the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the main one because like I'm just babbling.
Oh no,
right
that
now.
I'm gonna cut around.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you have to keep saying that?
Because I can't think of anything, and I'm like, fuck.
But you were in the middle of saying something.
I know. So
So,
there,
the
I think the really
yeah.
would be great clipping this. I think that one of my biggest problems with this movie isn't anything about the movie itself, but the
Mm.
message within it. This dude
That was my
got
favorite part.
fucking. This
We're not talking about
nerd
the same
got
thing.
fucked so good
What?
multiple times that he just went, you know what? I can murder people. And then completely uprooted and changed his life for
Well,
another
he
woman who murdered
basically-
people.
Yes,
and
she
then
did.
they just went back to just being like, fine, no. You're going to make a sequel and it's going to be some Mr. and Mrs. Smith shit.
No, they deliberately like didn't. They deliberately in the ending told you what happened down the line, so that way they're like, we're not making a sequel.
Yeah.
Like this isn't gonna happen.
Oh,
That's why there was like a random time jump of them being like, oh, we have kids now and things. Although it's been like 15 years, but we look the exact same. That's my favorite thing in movies now.
5.
They had like 3 kids.
They were all like 6 at the oldest. You don't need to wait till they hit 6 and then pump out another one. They stay there. It doesn't compound like that.
Thank you, Reddit.
Math.
No, but you didn't like that, and I get it, right? I understand why, because it does take this weird shift where he's like a one character and then immediately becomes the go-to guy who
Yeah.
can murder people and genuinely is like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna grab this plastic bag.
And
Even though I've
do
never
the
killed anyone.
Slowest death.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't hate it. Like, it was cool. It kept me guessing. It was
Mm.
just like, okay, this is. I was just kind of like, they're just. He's really just. He
He's
went
a
from being
totally
good
different
guy
person
to
now.
the anti-hero to just straight up just a
A
criminal.
murderer, yes.
And a murder. He
hitman.
murdered a cop.
Well, the cop was
He's a
also an
piece of shit.
asshole. So like,
That's fine, man.
are we really at a
You
loss?
killed 700 people. They were dicks. Oh, you're good.
Man, do.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed the message at the center, and that is
Be who you want to be.
be who you want to be. You can change who you are. You're not stuck
Yes.
being the same person for the next 75 years. You can take all the different parts of the different personalities that you idolize or that you would want to be or things that you see yourself in, whether it's more extrovert or whatever. And it's just like, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And then like when you figure out how you want to do it, just combine a bunch of the different shit and then like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. He's a very charismatic teacher.
He is.
I'd love to be in his class.
Which is really funny that like halfway through, like I love how he didn't switch overnight. You see him like
He slowly turns.
gets more handsome and like
Yeah.
dresses better clothing. And then like you get like halfway through the movie and they're like, when the fuck did the teacher get hot? I'm like, I was noticing
You're
that,
like,
but
that's,
like I was noticing that he was dressing better even at
Yeah.
school. Like he's really committing to that Ron personality
Yes,
or whatever
exactly.
it is. And but then like
he's like, it's much easier to just wear the leather jacket to school because
Yeah.
then I could just go straight to her house anyway. I don't have to stop home.
and then like he was just like, and I found the perfect balance of everything. I'm like, I don't think he did. Like also like there was that whole dialogue with his ex-girlfriend and everything where they're like, oh, if you do this long enough, you don't really like you're not acting anymore. It slowly becomes you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it never felt like that watching this. It felt like certain things it became him, but a lot of it he still just kind of kept having to go back into that
Yeah.
persona and like still force his way to the
It
end
felt
of the movie.
like he was just Ron. It felt like
No. Well, Like, it felt like he was still clearly just Greg.
Gary?
Gary, yes. And then the moment he, like, panicked or whatever, Gary came back out. Though it was to a lesser extent because of Ron, but
Yes.
it was not like the, like, switch that I thought it was going to be.
No, it's like multiple different personalities fighting each other on the
Yeah.
inside.
Like the one that was just Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
When they did
those.
the montage of him being the different people,
Yeah,
funny as
I
shit.
thought that was going to be the whole movie, but, like, way more serious or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was going to have to, like, go into hiding and do all that. And
Patrick Bateman was the easy one, but he did it, and he did it well.
he did it very well. The one that Jeffrey Dahmer one.
Yes.
That was a good
That
one.
was-
That was the creepiest one because he had the most makeup on with the freckles and shit, and he looked like Tilda Swinton.
He was Russian at one point, too.
Yeah, I like that one. Just gonna move past that.
You're just, yes. I love when we talk about movies that we like, because it's just like there's times where we like movies and we nitpick them,
Yeah,
and there's times where we like movies and we're just like,
I had a good time.
it was fun for a Netflix movie that's free.
Yeah, not everything's got to be a fucking whole blockbuster or an event
No.
or whatever. It was just a fun movie.
Sometimes you can just be like, oh my god, man,
Yeah.
Jasper really was a dick, and I'm glad he died.
Yes.
Little gruesome in the way that he wrapped a paper bag around or a plastic bag around his head,
Yes.
and then they lingered on it
Yeah.
and lingered on it some more. Still pretty good. You look like a hamster.
I don't like the glaring plot hole in that they knew what kind of caliber gun was used, and they have to register your bullets as well as your gun, I believe. At least in New Jersey, you do. I don't know about other states. So they should have the capability of tracking who owned the gun and get her on that immediately.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Fuck, man, we got no
What are we
evidence
gonna
on
do?
Did you get any DNA? Who the fuck needs DNA? We got nothing." Did you get her to say it? No, then fuck. I guess she's free. I'm like, have you ever seen any modern cop? Why are you using the 1940s cop method?
A lot of
Like, what's-
stereotypical cops from like the
Just-
90s and the 80s.
Yeah, just the fucking.
What are we gonna do, Johnny? I don't know.
Yeah, the cranky, like kind of like charismatic black boss with the mustache. Just. "Nah."
Yeah, he man.
And it's just like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, is anyone here doing no job?
Google my motherfucker.
Yeah. Also, like him having to go to court and like being like,
Oh,
I'm
that's-
putting you in jail. I'm like, you would need to be in witness protection immediately. You're not going to court in person for that.
Well-
And if you were, stay in disguise. Why are you going as you?
Oh yeah, because then they're gonna find you, especially if they get off.
Just, I like that first dude. He
Yeah.
was just like standing there, just looking at him, just like, I got you. Oh fuck, he's looking at me. Just like, yeah, man.
He's gonna find you.
The whole point of being undercover is they don't know you're the one who fucked them over. And if they do, they better be in jail for life, not whatever attempted.
Usually it's like
purchase
10 years
murder
or
is,
something.
Which
They're
is
still gonna find you
yeah.
after the fact.
like, I feel like a lot of those people were in jail for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's not very long.
No,
It's also like there was a point where some of the lawyers were like, oh, it's all manufactured. He goes online, he tries to find them and convince them to do it so he can meet them, and like he manufactures them going to jail. Could totally see that. Could totally see how they could swing it that way.
yeah, but at the same time, bad
Probably
people.
stop trying to
That's
murder
what
your husband.
undercover cop. You're just describing his job.
Yes,
What's the big fucking deal? He didn't do anything illegal. They did.
you're doing the bad stuff. I gotta find
They're
you.
not all bad people. Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 grand right now. Kill that guy. Do you think I'm a bad guy? I wouldn't think you're a good guy. My point taken. I could lawyered.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just constantly get a meme or two from them. Today was the one with Barney just like being like, I put out your resume and I got so many replies and I told them all to fuck off. And she's like, why would you do that? And then besides that is the other one where it's just them singing for the longest time with their future and past selves.
That's my
It's
favorite
the
scene in
best
the
scene
entire
in the
show.
whole show.
It's like an after credit sting too. It's like,
Yeah.
1, 2, oh.
I just love how, you know,
I
Neil
love that
Patrick
fucking
Harris
show.
can sing and he's getting really into it, but Ted's character as well
Yeah.
he wasn't doing a bad job. And I don't know how much
They
it's
can
hooked
both
up
sing.
or whatever, but like they
That's
were
what
like
Ted does now.
harmonizing well, and it's like he's got mutton chops. He is so Ted in real life,
Yes.
it hurts.
Yes, he is. He's exactly what Ted would look like if it had been
He was
another 10
actually
years.
40 and, you know,
Yeah. You know,
actually and says encyclopedia and shit like that.
I bet you he does.
We just
I
got
really hate that like
derailed.
every other show has been talking about like having a revival or something. Even
Yeah.
Friends had like that special.
We got How I Met
on
Your
HBO.
Father.
That's not a revival.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's
Barney
a-
was in it.
Barney showed up for a minute.
I didn't watch it.
Doesn't count. I didn't watch that.
Heard
I
it
don't
was
care. That's why it's canceled.
How I Met Your Stepmother. The same thing again, but from Robin's perspective. All different actors.
But her voice. Okay, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to talk about? I will give you the toss up. Ready?
The Boys. We have a lot.
What a good show. Homelander, I say this
Holy
every
fuck.
single episode of The Boys. Homelander is a fucking menace.
Because of the way that they hyped up episode 4, I was expecting
There's-
absolute destruction. And
No,
what
it's just really fucked up.
yeah, what I got was really demented and fucked up and
Yes.
childish and whatever. But I honestly expected more. And everyone's like, man, Homelander's like a top
My
5
entire
all-time.
Instagram is everybody going, I don't know, man. I would really compare Homelander's performance
Like
to
the
Heath
Joker,
Ledger's The Joker.
Thanos, just
I'm like, who the fuck are you talking
yeah,
about?
they're like, he's in the top 100. Oh, put it this way. He's not close to 100. There's still, even if it's not close to 100, I would consider at least 70 numbers in that range. That, like,
I would
that's
say, I mean, right, we have to niche it
clickbait
down.
bullshit.
Okay, we have to niche it down, okay?
Okay.
First of all, you're wrong.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid, just like your mother.
You have to niche it down. If you want to talk comic book villains, I would say he could be top 20.
Top 10. Top 10.
If you top 15.
Because I couldn't name, you can't name the 15. I can't.
Thanos, Joker,
7.
Loki, Killmonger.
Killmonger's not that good.
Killmonger's great.
Not
You just
that
don't
good.
like Black Panther.
No, I
'Cause you're
like Black
racist.
Panther. I don't like the CG of Black Panther. The story's
That's
good.
Perfect.
He's charismatic, but as an actual MCU villain, not really my favorite.
Agree to disagree. I think he's pretty good. There's a bunch of really good Batman villains. You're gonna tell me he's
Better than Scarecrow.
no, but I'm thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's not a villain.
Mr. Freeze?
That's a villain.
That's an actor, man.
He's better than Mr. Freeze. You just like him
Yes.
because of the meme.
Yeah.
He's better than a lot
We
of
have a
Batman.
video about this.
We do.
We talked about the top 25 villains of all time or
Yes, we
something.
did.
I remember that.
I
Pretty
would-
sure I deleted it
yeah.
from the channel.
Don't check it out.
Don't watch that.
But I would definitely say, especially as a comic book movie,
Yeah.
or anything, he's definitely
He's
top
up there.
20.
Yeah. This episode, it's just like if we want to keep talking about him, he's a psychotic menace, and I could see what they're doing. They're making him tread water in terms of the story right now because we talked about it before. The end game is to kill him.
Yeah.
So he's treading water right now just for us to see more fucked up shit that he does and where he came from to beef him up in terms of character development.
What I was really excited about seeing where this show.
Oh, was it about having Marty jerk off in front of everybody?
No, it didn't get me going. No.
then, he,
Um,
then he lasered his dick. And then the woman came out and was like, put him out of his misery. And then I went, oh, he's going to laser his face. No, he's going to stomp on his skull
One
until
girl
it
was
smashes.
not doing good the whole time. She
threw up.
Fudgy the Whale.
Love that. He could have just been like, I brought cake. He's like, no, I brought a Fudgy the
He
Whale
could
for
have murdered
everybody.
them all too, but no, he had to make it.
No, he did
super
murder
weird.
everybody.
Yeah.
In the end, he did.
Well, except for that one girl, which
The one woman who
technically,
just,
depending on how quick someone will find out about that, she may or may not just die of
he will
starvation.
probably, no. I don't want to get into that.
But since our entire review of the first 3 episodes is missing, I just want to kind of
It's not missing. It's there. You can listen to it, but we
you
can touch
can't
on
watch
the.
it. So we're
No,
gonna.
no, you can't. So we
um,
can touch on the entire season.
So I'm just really. Oh yeah, so that's what I wanted to say.
What?
They kind of just really set him up. I want to say towards the end of like season 2 or whatever, where I really thought that there was gonna always be like a bigger bad, and he was kind of gonna get phased out, especially when they started bringing around Soldier Boy and stuff like that.
Then they
And
had that
just like
awesome fucking
everyone
fight.
also just like disappears to the wayside, and it's maintaining the Homelander thing. So that's the only negative I see for him is that he's not overstaying his welcome. I just thought that it was gonna build into something more complex besides just him.
Well, my problem is because I mentioned it in the other episode. It's they keep building him up,
Yeah,
and then every first episode of the season, they have to take him down a couple notches.
yeah.
Problem is when you bring him up to like notch number 6 in season 2, and in season 3 you bring him up to notch fucking 10.
Yeah.
If you bring him back down to 6 again, you're like, all right, well I get this, but how much higher can we keep going?
Yeah. So, season 5, he better just be balls to the wall, murdering people.
I would hope that
constantly.
he would have been a sociopath by now.
I mean,
Or,
he is.
but let me rephrase.
I mean, he talked to like 5 different versions of himself at the
He
same
did.
time, and then
He-
decided to go burn a guy's dick off
he did do
while
that.
keeping another dude in an oven
Yes.
because he was watching him jerk off and burning him in an oven. I didn't explain that well, but I'm
No,
gonna
you
stand
didn't,
by
but
it.
that's he said, "Eat the Fudgy the Whale. I'm gonna burn you to death. I'm not gonna tell your family. Then you need to jerk off in front of me
I'm gonna call you Squirt.
and
Which-
mushroom dick."
Only other time I ever heard that was in The Hangover with Chang. I think
Never seen
they're just
any
like,
of
"Oh
those
my god,
movies.
is that a mushroom?" And then he stands up and it's just dick. Anyway,
You're just compartmentalizing all of the dicks in different shows that you've seen, Brendan?
No, I just remember a very funny quote I heard from him where apparently his wife went, "You're gonna make so many guys happy," because I don't know if it was like a prosthetic or not, or if it was his real dick and his wife just busted his balls. But like because of that, I always went, "What? His dick wasn't in that movie." So then I had to go back and rewatch the movie and went, "I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I needed to confirm this." was
Every
here."
episode, for some reason, now it's either you motioning to the camera, sucking a dick, or talking about a dick that you're looking at or have looked at.
Okay, so this is something we got to
gotta
talk about.
no.
Why is there so
There's
much
so-
dick in media
yes.
nowadays?
No, we're
There's
talking about the
so
boys,
much
okay?
dick
There's
in
so
the
much dick in the
boys.
boys.
That is a gay sentence.
Yes. I'm sorry for what I'm saying and
But
how
it's
loud
what
I'm
is
saying
happening.
it. Last week there was a guy eating his own butthole 6 times over in a sauna.
Used to play God in Supernatural, eating his own fucking asshole
over and over
and over again. How pleasurable could it have been to do it multiple times? Does he feel all of it, or does he want all of his
I
multiple
don't-
cells to enjoy it as well? Is that for them, or is it all
Is
for
it
him?
a joint consciousness or is everybody separate?
So now on to the girl he fantasized about, Firecracker, who fucked a 15-year-old.
Yes, she did.
Man, this show's just going
It
for
just
it.
keeps
It keeps going
swinging
for
it.
it.
And then the funniest thing to me, right? So you have this scene where Firecracker, she gets on this thing, and it's basically like an Alex Jones type where she's yelling
Yeah.
at the camera and she's like, "I'm gonna bring a pastor on and we're gonna talk about God, but also Starlight is doing this stuff and she's abducting kids. Look at the kids. And you're like, all right, this is a lot. You got to stop." And then she goes on there and is like, "I fucked a 15-year-old boy, but it brought me closer to God.
Can
I
you
am
say it again
reborn."
like,
Nope.
JFK?
I am reborn. I feel so good right now. And I'm sitting there like, you know what?
That would not fly.
I know 3 people at least who would hear that and go, "Yeah, that checks out." Born again Christian.
It does not check. That is how the Pope thinks that checks out.
Yes. Have you ever been past Massachusetts going south?
Did you hear what the Pope said a couple weeks ago?
No.
now?
Was
looked
it when he
around the
was hanging
Vatican
out
and
with
went,
Jimmy
"Damn, this
Fallon?"
place is getting real."
Oh, yes, he did.
And I'm like,
That I remember.
not only is that not okay,
That's a direct quote from the Pope, by the way.
that's
That's
a
not
direct quote from
Brendan.
the Bible.
New Testament.
I just find it really funny that I don't know if this counts as getting political or not, but I just find this hilarious.
Sure.
That their whole platform in the United States and everything for Catholic stuff or whatever is like, you can't be gay. The Bible says it's bad. And then the Pope
The
himself
Pope is
went,
like,
"Man, all this gay stuff," and everyone went, "Bad Pope."
"Pope not good. Don't tell people
I'm
what we're
like,
doing."
I don't give a fuck, but like, you got to decide what your
You
morals
gotta
are.
pick a lane,
Yeah,
okay?
you can't just like.
Is it okay for that stuff or is it not? Okay? Make up your mind. In the boys, they say it's not good. And then they get Starlight's medical record. This is my favorite. I think this is my favorite Starlight moment in the whole show, where she's like, "I found Starlight's medical record. She had an abortion," and the Starlight goes up and just beats the shit out of her on live TV. And they show it. And it's not like a one hit or a couple hits. It's like, I'm
She's
just gonna
beating
keep
the
punching you
fuck
in the
out of
fucking
her.
nose until you stop. And then Ezekiel Sims, the guy that stretches, just loads
Yeah. Well,
because apparently Butcher has powers.
no, he had fucking. No, he had a thing in his hands, didn't he?
No, Butcher's on the ground.
And he's
Stretchy Mr. Fantastic wraps around his neck. It cuts to black, and then Butcher wakes up, and there's just blood and guts everywhere. And it blew out the window, so it was on another trailer.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
You didn't get that, did you?
No, I think I was peeing.
This generation always on their fucking phone, man.
I got it to go pee, and I came back, and I'm like, he's on the ground. He's gonna black out. I got time, and I came back, and there's a dead guy. And I'm like, he handled it.
No, there's a worm like moving around Butcher's
Yeah, I
head.
keep seeing that. I don't know.
And
what
then he
that is.
admitted that he took a regular V, thinking it would help him, and it didn't.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the worm?
This is secretly the start of the Alien franchise.
Alien Romulus does come out next month.
Exactly. They're
I haven't
just
seen a
setting it
single
up.
one of those. No, man, this episode, if you want to talk about it as a whole, I love that A-Train is becoming one of the boys. His character has seemed pretty useless in about 2.5 seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're doing something with him because he's a compelling character that has a lot of potential, but they just don't use it for anything towards the main plot. It's always like a subplot, stupid thing that doesn't last.
What about the single greatest cameo in all of cinema?
Oh, Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell and the boys for no fucking reason talking about winning an Oscar?
Yeah, that was good. That
It
was
was
just the blind
so
side.
fucking good. Yeah, it
was
was
his
too much
joke.
of blind side. That's not a problem. Just keep
That's exactly what we're looking for. That guy's got to stop showing up and shit.
Will Ferrell or the
No, the other guy,
nerd
the
dude
director.
who's also in Wolf of Wall Street. The one in the toupee.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And then Also, last week you mentioned that the kids from Gen V were going to show up,
Yeah, they did.
and then they did, only in a photo, in a quick mention
I didn't
in the
even see
beginning of
it.
the episode. Are you watching the show?
I was on call the entire time I've been watching everything, so I'm doing work and watching all this shit at the same time.
Brendan's working and grinding.
Yeah. I'm not.
No, in the beginning, there's a quick little thing of the news being like, there's something at Godolkin. The 4 knights of Godolkin randomly vanish overnight. Where are they? And I was like, is that the only mention we're gonna get of them? There's all this talk about one show handing off to another, and then
They have to be in it. I thought that they were going to have the blonde girl and everything come in and be part of the 7. Oh, speaking of new members of the 7.
the one that breaks her brain,
Yeah, what's her name?
Sister Sage.
Sister Sage. I knew it the moment I saw her do it the first time.
Yeah.
Because I saw the spike there and I'm like, she's kind of
fucking
dumb
up her
right now.
brain.
She's definitely
Yeah.
stabbing herself in the head. But
I understand that The Boys is supposed to make you uncomfortable sometimes, but I need them to stop showing everything. There's a line in my head, like, I'm fine. Okay, dicks, it's funny. Okay, fine.
To an extent.
Decapitations,
Stop with the dicks.
decapitations. They cut like one guy's head
Exploding,
open.
That girl who got cut in half on the ice skating rink, just gruesome.
Yeah.
The finger loss is just.
That's at a point, right?
Yeah.
But watching her say, I need you to give me a frontal lobotomy, and I go, there's no way they're going to fucking show this. And then they show it slowly.
My favorite part was he was like, this is really fucked up. I don't know if I could do this. She's like, I'll let you fuck me in the ass really hard. And not even a fucking breath. Yeah, okay, bang. It's just like, I'm like, I love how committed you
She
were to
says
that.
something like, I'll let you fuck me in the ass and eat KFC. Or it's eat something.
Yeah.
And instantly he goes, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
fine.
fuck it.
And then it's I hate the fact that they show it going into the eye socket.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, so this is it. And she's like, get the hammer. I'm like, okay. And then they do it, and I'm like, all right, so now we're done. And she goes, now scrape my fucking brain. I go, when are we done?
When she did that, I had 2 complete separate thought processes of, oh, I don't like that sound, and oh, that's a good scratch.
Scratches the inside of her fucking brain.
I did it again.
What?
My
You
hands-
did the dick thing?
Because there's a mic here, so
I
I, never
can't
want to do
wait.
anything in front of my face.
I want us to get another year down the line, and somebody goes, hey, you guys keep making a joke about these dicks. I made a compilation, and then I can go, post that shit.
Why is it 4 hours?
Just Brendan.
Anything else you wanted to mention on The Boys? Because I know a lot happened, but we talked about a lot of it last week.
We did.
It's not as fresh for us in our minds.
No. I will say it's I don't want to compare the seasons yet because I feel like this is definitely a show that holds up week to week. The only thing I'm still going to say that bothers me is Mother's Milk fucking facial hair. It's still I'm so used to the beard or the goatee or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Kimiko has slowly become my favorite member of The Boys. How many beers you have? 2, 4. Okay, I had
8.
6 beers. What's wrong with you? 8 beers. Okay, let's go home. Okay, it was 10 beers. That's the one. I love how he was not asking at all. She just felt the urge to just be like, okay,
I got to be honest, okay? This beer's bad.
Ugh. That one?
Yeah.
You said the first one was good.
I did.
The same beer.
I know. Not good. Huey gets a really nice kill for once without having to take 10v. He murders the fuck out of a guy, and then again it does the thing that I would wish it would stop doing, where it just lingers, and then and then the sound you can hear as it scratches through the guy's intestines and the shirt, and then he dies, and then Huey stands there and is blood. Need them to stop doing every single one.
Do you think his dad actually has powers now? He didn't give him
It's
the V.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, but
He's gonna fucking, if they're gonna pay Simon Pegg to show up and lay down for a little bit, he's gonna come back with powers.
I hope Nick Frost shows up.
Who?
Nick Frost.
The other guy, the big guy.
You get a fatter one.
Big guy.
Of Cornetto trilogy.
Yes.
Paul fame.
Good movie.
Yes.
Nobody
very
likes
good.
Paul like we do.
Who the fuck doesn't like Paul? Paul is
Paul's such a good movie.
Paul is like Cat in the Hat tier. Kind of ridiculous, but comedy gold.
Paul, Cat in the Hat, The Love Guru,
Shrek 2.
Shrek Forever After, Shrek the Campfire Stories.
Shrek the 4D ride in Universal. Pretty good. Done it a couple times.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Universal.
Yeah, they just got rid of that ride, I think.
Did they?
Yeah. They're opening up a dark universe.
Yeah, I saw
I really want to go to that.
in the Epic Universe. There's also a How to Train Your Dragon
In a
spot.
Shrek swamp.
Yeah.
I heard. Yeah.
Universal's managed to make an entire like mega theme park in about a year.
Mhm.
Disney refuses to like update anything in the last 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, they made the Avatar thing, which we went to, that was broken down when we went to it.
Oh,
and
and
I was
Galaxy's Edge.
very fucking upset. Yes, we talked. That's what we talked about last week. Galaxy's Edge.
Did
I
we?
made a short about it and everything. It was actually 2 weeks ago, so I'm not gonna rehash it now because it's unusable garbage.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This is just for me.
All right. So The Boys was good.
Yes,
We enjoyed The Boys.
the boys. Is
What comes
good.
after The Boys?
The girls.
And the burgers.
Orals. Love,
House of the Dragon.
Gorals and Borgers.
So the problem with House of the Dragon
No,
for us
just
right now is
Start again.
House of the Dragon. The problem with House of the Dragon for us, Brendan, is that the new we record on Saturday.
Yes.
The new episode comes out Sunday night.
Yes, it does. We don't post till like Tuesday. Or
We don't
Wednesday.
post it till Tuesday. So by the time that we record, if I go, hey, we can review House of the Dragon episode 1 right now,
Yeah.
you're going to be like, why the fuck are they talking about this? This is so long ago.
We're not gonna really do a deep dive into this show until
No.
the show's over. The season's over. Just
Yes.
so I know we'll be a little bit behind on it, but it's just
That's
it's
who
so
gives a
much
shit.
easier.
So we can talk about season 1.
Season
'Cause you just caught back
I
up.
just watched all of it again.
What
in
a
2
good
days.
show.
I was, oh my god, it was just like I had it on the TV and then I played Baldur's Gate at the same time, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty like fucking fucked up while I was doing it, and like I was just doing there playing the game, and I'm like, this story is so good, this is great, and then it's like a turn-based game, so then my turn would end, and I'd turn over to House of the Dragon and be like, fuck, this is also real. What do I watch?
Or I watch this naked woman on my game, or Matt Smith fucking a minor. What are we doing?
We can't air any of this episode.
House of the Dragon is so
He
good.
didn't fuck her, by the way. He just really wanted to. That grooming? He groomed her.
You're defending
He
him,
groomed her hard.
and it makes it so much worse. He did. That's exactly what that is.
I'm defending him because I'm on Team Black and I have to root for them.
You're on Team Black?
Are you on Team Green?
Wait,
Get
wait, we're
the
talking.
fuck
Hold on,
outta
hold
here,
on.
man.
We're talking about the teams of the two. I was
Why
very
did you have
confused.
to make it like that?
I didn't know what you were talking about.
That's the whole marketing campaign.
Yeah, I get that now.
No, you just thought I was just throwing racial slurs out here.
I actually thought it was some Doctor Who shit that I didn't understand. Like, wait, could you explain what does that mean? What is Team Black?
So there's the TARDIS, okay?
The retardus?
The TARDIS. That's as far as I got. I don't watch Doctor Who,
Neither do I.
but I do like a lot of the Doctor Who actors. Okay.
So to clarify, I'm on
Yes.
Team Black.
Yes. Okay. Good.
House of the Dragon season 1 is phenomenal,
It is. It's
and
so
it's
fucking good.
the thing that I hate is that they make you love this younger cast
young
so
characters.
much,
Yeah, and they
so much, so much,
so much. I love it so much.
for like 6 episodes,
They just go
and then they just go
gone.
time jump, and they're like completely. I'm fine, different actors, I get it. The problem is, you set the precedent to do that more often.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's like, oh, so now every season we're gonna see like a
No,
little
they're
bit
not.
more.
They
Things.
said that
I
when
know.
it started.
I know.
But like even
I
before
didn't
the
know
show
that.
came out.
I
Okay.
didn't
Didn't know that. So what I didn't like is that they did another time jump to explain
There's so many time
The-
jumps
the-
in this fucking
there's
show.
3.
No,
Sorry.
it's
2.
like every other episode.
it's 3.
Every other episode.
No.
Because in
The
episode
first 2
7,
episodes, there's no time jump. There's the backstory, which I don't count as a time jump. Backstory for like 30 seconds. You get the main thing. It's that for 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Then you get the time jump to where a bunch of them are adults now, but the kids are
Yes.
still little wee baby kids.
Yes.
And then you get the time jump again where everybody looks exactly the fucking same, but the kids have grown up.
yes,
And that's the 3rd time jump, and then that's it. Technically, there's only 2.
it feels like it's every other episode where they're like, oh, a year or 2 has passed. It's like small jumps, but it's still
Oh, yeah.
aggressively annoying.
that's
How
how it
in
hap-
episode 7, they'll be like, look, everybody's grown now. Episode 8, they're like, oh, Matt Smith, now we're married. Oh, episode 9. Oh, we're coming back to see my dad. By the way, Matt Smith and I have been married for like 3 years, and we have 3 more kids. Hello.
It's because they're getting through the bullshit.
I understand that. It's just still
Because
aggressively
if it was Disney, it would have
confusing.
taken us 4 seasons
It
to
would
get
have,
to
but
this
you know
point.
what? If you held up the quality, I'd be
No.
fine with 4 more seasons.
No.
Because this has
No.
been great.
You're the problem. I want 4 seasons of exposition. Why? Because it's Disney.
That's not what I said. I said if they could keep up the quality like this. If House of the Dragon, if you had to drag out the hypothetical 30 years that first season spans.
It would be terrible.
No, it wouldn't.
Nothing
If
happened.
you
That's
do
why
it
they skipped
correctly.
it. They skipped it because nothing happened. Oh, shit. I still hate your fucking
More
guts.
grooming.
Fuck you too, bitch. Okay. Where'd you go for 40 years? I was sitting in my room. He was at sea.
Allison
kid
was
was beating his
very
dick in the
compelling.
window,
Stop.
like
Allison was very compelling in the first like half of the season.
yeah.
And when she became like a full blown adult,
She became
can't fucking stand her.
bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh my! I asked Isaiah this either. I love how I keep bringing him up on the podcast, and
Nobody
no one
knows who
he
Isaiah
is.
is. Okay.
So, here's my question for you:
Okay.
Who has done more harm to Westeros? Complacent and just like complacent men who used to be great and just have fallen apart,
Sorry.
or women who have been wronged, or feel like they have been wronged. It's the women. But it's always because of it starts with the dude who
Is complacent.
isn't doing his fucking job. Consistently in this universe leads to a woman who goes, you know what, fuck it. Get out of the way, and then proceeds to burn the kingdom down. It only
and
happened twice, but it's a lot.
If I had $1 for every time a woman
$2.
burnt down the entirety of the 7 kingdoms, I'd have $2, which really isn't a lot, but it's
No.
surprising that I have 2 of them.
Surprising in the new season, which I did not expect to see at fucking all, was the wall.
Yeah, that was cool.
That-
They instantly. I love that they basically go, this is the Game of Thrones universe, and we're going to lean heavily into that, but not for the sake of like nostalgia or like cameos or anything.
Yeah.
They're like, this is just the universe. We're just doing different shit in it.
And
So they're like, the Wall, the Lannisters,
This
the
is-
fucking, what is his name? Starts with a B.
the Baratheons.
Baratheons, thank you.
This is the
How did you
great
know?
because he's the only other main house, and it starts with a B. I watched all of Game of Thrones multiple times.
I
Come
gotta
on,
watch
man.
it again, man. It's really good.
Waiting for the-
Anyway,
Tullies and the Tullies to show up.
they're also in the middle of filming the next spinoff, The Green Knight.
No, that was a movie. Came out.
Oh.
It was based off of the Canterbury Tales, I believe. You're talking about the Long Night or the First Night, the Night of the First Men.
The Knight of the 7 Kingdoms.
There you go. I was close.
The Hedge Knight?
Nope.
Nope. It's called A Knight of the 7 Kingdoms.
Yes. It's
Is that
about-
Robert Pattinson?
No, it better not be.
He's a great Batman. What do you mean?
I like having actors in this in Game of Thrones where it's either I don't know who they are or they're just famous
Yeah.
enough for me to be like, oh fuck, it's them, and not be distracted.
Matt
And
Smith.
what?
Matt Smith.
Yes, mainly because I didn't watch Doctor Who, but if I did,
Agreed.
it would be very
Very
distracting.
strange.
And the lizard guy from Spider-Man. I'm sorry, the Andrew Garfield ones that no one likes. He's the lizard guy.
The Hand of the King?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
He's also
He got a lot of hair.
yeah. He's also in Little Nicky. He's in Google his name. He's in way more than you.
What's
think
his name, Brendan?
Otto. Otto Hightower. Otto. Whatever. Oh, Ray Fiennes. He has been in House of the Dragon, The King's Man, Little
Oh, that
Nicky.
guy. That's not the same dude.
Fuck it. He's in Venom: The Last Dance. Didn't see that yet.
We're talking about 2 different people, Brendan. This is not.
Ray Fiennes. I understand.
That's how you pronounce. I'm looking at Ray Fiennes, the actor who was in The King's Man, The
There's-
Menu. Nope, that's Ralph Fiennes. Sorry. You're looking at a different guy too, who's also not in. Spell it for me.
House of the Dragon. This is
Spell it
number
for
2.
me.
Ray, just like it sounds. RHYS. Ray.
Spell his
Definitely
last name.
saying that wrong.
Please.
Fiennes.
Fiennes.
FANS.
He was in Spider-Man: No Way Home and The King's Man, both of them.
What did I say?
Sorry, I was too focused on
Came
your
down in
spelling.
a bubble, bro.
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. You're gonna tell me I'm wrong?
If we're
A
not
piece of pop culture history.
if we're not arguing like that, we don't care. He's great in this. and he's
IMDb just goes, hey, how about Ben Stiller? No.
he's not in this. Or Spider-Man. That we know of. He is in the Sandler verse though. That was connected because of Hubie Halloween. I'm just making sure you're caught up.
What the fuck are you saying?
You have to
You're
keep
just saying words that you're making up as you go. So House of the Dragon is great.
Ray Fiennes is in the Sandlerverse. He's in Little Nicky. It's all connected.
Shut the fuck up, man. Just why?
It's coming to me, and I'm having a lot of fun.
Can you spell Ray Fiennes from memory?
RHYSIFANS. Ray Fiennes. Hold on.
I don't know what he's doing. Are you sure you're pronouncing that correctly? Are you sure his name isn't Reese?
Hold on.
Are you making yourself laugh?
I'm trying to find an answer, and I'm just on Reddit, and you're just talking about how he's English in Edinburgh, and I don't know.
The IMDb. What? Reese's Pieces.
I like that one. Reese Ivans. Reese Evans.
So, Brandon, focus, please. Come on back, buddy.
I'm the one who's not drinking today. This is just pure
really
chaos
bad.
energy. This is what happens when we don't record solidly.
House of the Dragon.
Yes, really good fucking
Very
show.
good fucking show.
That's what I wanted to say. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Sorry. Were you going somewhere? Because I've been talking a lot. I don't want to cut you off, but like I do have an.
No, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
Reese
First off,
Evans.
Star Wars. No.
Let me tell you about the Acolyte, man.
Star Wars, the Acolyte, doesn't know how to show off a future fucking world. I mean, I'm sorry, a past world, and give it off as a prequel and build on it and do whatever. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. In contrast, House of the Dragon is fucking phenomenal at this. It just got enough sprinkled breadcrumbs
That's
on
right.
top. Why am I
That's
talking
right.
like that?
I don't know,
In
man.
order-
I don't know what the fuck is going on. You get food poisoning from the beef?
I ate a lot of beef today.
You got mad cow disease. That's what it is.
Shit. Okay.
Yes.
So
It's how you do a prequel correctly, where you throw people into the universe that's already established without having to change the rules directly.
and you're just giving enough. And
You don't have to
be like,
go, the Jedi are bad, man.
You're not.
That's how you know it's the past.
You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not doing whatever.
Yes.
It's in the universe. You know what it is. It's so far in advance that you don't need to be like, oh man, Yoda's alive. So it's just, hey, you got told these people in the fucking Game of Thrones show.
Okay.
If you pay attention to it, a lot of the stories there, you know how the story ends because of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Joffrey tells the tale. You should know everything you need to based off of that. So it going into this, you know all the knowledge that you have to
Yes.
begin with, and you're just going through it, and you're excited to see these little pieces
Mhm.
come together. That's what you need to do when you're building a universe based off of its history that's already established. Not like the Rings of Power or the Acolyte or anything else owned by Disney. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
What?
He owns Amazon. That's what the
I know
Lord of
he
the Rings
owns
is on.
Amazon,
That's
but
what the Lord of the Rings show was on.
thing owned by Disney. Indiana Jones. I'm just very confused where the rest of this episode is going. Brendan is very passionate today.
I wanted to keep it going. I didn't know where to go.
I think it's so great because it's giving stop. It's giving little bits of not even nostalgia, but little bits of like, oh, you know this, oh, you know, but without pandering to it, without going, look, it's some guy named Joffrey Lannister the First.
Yes.
I wonder he's the ancestor of. It's like, oh yeah, man, fuck the Lannisters are here. They're trying to fuck the little 15-year-old girl.
Stop, man.
That's the whole show.
I know.
All of the show
it's
is just
the way
incest.
you're saying it.
It's incest. It's weird marriage pacts. It's fucking them while they're young. That's all it is.
And just really, really heated games of musical chairs. That's all it is.
That's yes.
And a bunch of angry puppies that fly.
The
That
dragons.
speak a foreign language. It's like having a German guard dog.
Yeah. Matt Smith's wife just burns herself to death.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gruesome things in this show. There's a lot of gruesome things related to failed pregnancies in this
There's
show.
dead fetus. In
There's-
her hands. Right there. The end of that season. I was supposed to empty that before we started.
Playing on the floor? Is that sound?
I don't think so. I don't think it would be bubbling. Got it in that.
Sorry, it's just a very strange sound.
Yeah,
No, there's a lot of like why they got it? It's another instance of like, I understand why you want to show some of the gruesomeness. I get it. Why you got to show everything? Why you got to show her giving birth alone in her hands, and then you there's a shot of her grabbing the fetus as it falls out, and then they linger on it, and then they zoom in on the dead fetus, and you go, wow.
That's a dead fetus.
Thank you for
sure
showing
is one
me.
dead baby.
Thank you for showing me.
And then the amount of pregnancies that this girl has.
Oh my, she's
then
always
just
fucking pregnant.
Goes off immediately.
Yeah.
Vagina of steel. She would be.
She gave birth and then immediately went to Allison and was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, man.
First
I
kid
hate
popped
you.
out. She couldn't go up the steps. Fifth kid popped out. She was like, time to go to war.
Here I come.
Aren't you sick? No, dead baby doesn't count. Gotta go to war. That's the way to play. I mean, obviously.
Is it the way to play, Brendan?
I'm making it dumber than they're doing, but yes.
Dead baby, time for war. That's the way we do it in this household. I'll just make
this
another
war
one.
needs another dead baby. Sorry, dead infant.
Uncle, come impregnate me, please.
How many fucking kids can we kill in one season? That is the record that we want to set. Sorry. For the people on our audio side, how many fingers is that? Is that an accurate number?
Well, there's the first kid when Viserys has his wife cut open and she dies.
Dead fetus, number 2. Kid who gets eaten by dragon who's a little bit older.
Which is so
fully
awesome. Oh my god!
Get eaten by a dragon. He plummeted. If you look at that, you can see the full kid body doing somersaults through the air. Really
well, he's
tiny.
dead.
He's fucking dead. Yeah, no, that's not one of those. He died off screen. It doesn't count. No, he's dead.
That's a big ass
then
dragon
you
that
had the
took
other kid that got fucking so gruesomely off screen murdered by 2 dudes with knives. And all you hear is. And I'm like, dude, why is this kid so wet? Like, kill him quieter.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did you watch the first episode?
Yes.
They're like, she's like, which one's the boy? And she goes, that one. And then she runs off with the
Oh,
girl,
that's right. It's a little baby.
There and you just, I'm like, why? It's a baby. Why are you stabbing it so fucking much? Like, it doesn't need to be murdered that hard.
That's the queen, too.
Why is she the queen?
Who is she?
His sister!
Is she really?
I'm pretty fucking sure the hair's a pretty big giveaway, and she's not black, so she's not Valerian. Unless you count what fucking the main queen, whose name I can't think of right now, is saying, because according to her, that don't matter.
Okay. You gotta take a deep breath, okay?
They got brown hair and white skin. I don't know, man. That looks right to me.
She's like, no, it's not a bastard. Well, you got brown hair and white skin. I'm fucking confused. Somebody did a color swap. I
may be colorblind, but like,
not that bad.
That ain't mine. You ever see the Cat William thing? On it's just a clip. I have no idea what. He's in prison, and this woman is trying to talk to him and be like, "These are your kids," and he's just like, the one kid's like 17, 18, black kid, and then the other one is a 6-month-old white baby. And he is like, that baby is a Caucasian from the seas of Caucasus. Also, I don't know if you realize this, but I've been in here for 16 consecutive years. And I don't know if you know what that means, but that means back to back. That is not my baby. That motherfucker, on the other hand, that could be mine. And that's what I feel like this entire season and show
just Cat
has
Williams.
been about, is that Cat Williams skit, but everyone being really proper.
They just gotta stop having so many fucking kids, man.
Well, there's a very high mortality rate, so you kind of got to pump
Everybody
them out.
just
It's like puppies.
Here we go.
They're like
I was
sea
gonna say,
turtles.
yes. You just have to have a fucking ton of them and hope that at least one of them makes it.
At least one of them makes it to a
and then
ripe
the one
age
that
where
did
he
make
only
it
loses an
became
eye.
the king. And then when he became the king, he was fucking psychotic.
I love how everyone pointed it out so much as like a flaw in the first season, but I think it was on purpose to really show them as people and their character growth really.
Did all the kids jerking out
no,
out
it
the
wasn't
window?
all the kids jerking off. No, that really wasn't character growth, but I stand corrected. That did really let me understand him more as a person. I'm like, he jerks off in windows. He doesn't jump out of them. Okay.
Very different than King Tom.
Yes. So, also, other Doctor Who's son, the guy who screams Jessica.
Jessica!
Yeah. What the fuck is his name?
David Tennant.
Yeah, that's his kid.
Which one?
The one who jerks off in windows. How else do you want me to describe him?
What's his name?
Not Aegon.
Yes.
Oh, he is
That
Aegon.
is
I forgot he
Aegon.
got short when he got older. And that's what I was talking about. The short one was short and then got tall when he was older. And the tall one got short when he was older because he's a big man. Or he used to be a big man, but he's really a little man, which is why he's weak and whatever. And the other dude was really small and weak and everybody beat up on him. But now he wants to be the big man.
He's also got
And
that
it's all this
scary fucking
symbology
jawline.
of whatever. Yeah, I mean, he's
And the
like
glass eye. And the dragon that's like the size of 4
a
other
fucking
dragons.
skyscraper.
Yes.
Fucking size
I
of a
was like, oh
football
man, that
field.
dragon's chasing him. Man, that's crazy. I wonder if he's going to make it. And then it showed the shadow underneath him. And I was like, oh, that's a big guy. And then the dragon was the size of the other one's fucking head. He was like, don't do it, chomp.
I believe that's the dragon that's... No, never mind. It could be.
Nope.
He may be one of the skulls in the Red Keep in the Game
would
of
believe
Thrones
that.
show, but he's not the main one because that
Because
one's
when you
still
play
there
the
in
Game
this
of
one.
Thrones, you always lose.
See, that was the flaw that Littlefinger had because he said chaos was a ladder and he should know that chutes and ladders does involve slides and there was definitely a way down.
That was a good quote. Did you think of that yourself? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Maybe I saw it on the internet back in the day.
You
but
had to have, because that was too good
Okay.
for your stupid fucking brain.
But that's what it is. I'm sitting here throwing shit out constantly. And you're like, what was that? And I'm like, not everything's a fucking hit.
All right, we're going to talk about one more thing before we get done here today, because we're going to dive more into Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon connecting to each other when the season finale comes.
Yes.
For now, we'll say this show is fucking great.
It's so good.
I can't wait for more tomorrow night. Bibbidi bobbidi. Gonna shit my pants. Last thing of the day. What are we talking about?
Nothing.
You have two.
I can't think
You
of
have two
anything.
options.
There's
Okay.
not one thing.
Here's what's left
know.
on our list.
Yeah.
The Acolyte
Never heard of it.
or Inside Out 2.
Let's talk about Inside Out too.
Inside Out 2.
I didn't see
told
it.
Timmy you need to see it.
Okay.
Just for the sake of, well, you can even wait for it to come to
Did
Disney
you see
Plus.
Inside Out 1 before that? Okay. I think Inside Out 1 isn't a bad film, but it's overrated for what everyone says. Like it's
Inside
like a top
Out 2, to me and Timmy, out the door immediately was the second 10 out of 10 of the year.
Even
Even
the first one.
Dune Part 2.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay.
But Inside Out 2, worse than Dune by a country mile.
Well, obviously, one's a fucking Pixar film and the other one's Dune.
No,
2.
but dude, look, like, I mean, all the stereotypes online right now are like Maya Hawke plays anxiety, and the
Really
whole
well.
goal is to portray like what anxiety looks like from a character
Yeah.
perspective instead. I won't say it was 100%, but it was like a 98. Like it
Tweak
was
did
pretty
it
close.
first. South Park tweak.
Stop!
He did it
You
first.
won't stop talking about fucking South Park
I
today.
didn't see that.
Brendan won't stop talking about South Park
I'm
today.
trying to get him to watch it. He keeps
I'm not
calling it a
going
bad
to.
show. It has like 26 seasons for a reason.
That's ratio. You're right. Okay. Anyway, Inside Out 2 is really good. The story is actually funny. It's cute. I never saw the first one, but the characters, the original characters, like what's her name from The Office plays Sadness.
Yes.
Adorable.
And the one from Parks and Rec plays Happiness, Joy.
One from Parks and Rec.
The main girl, Leslie. You didn't watch Parks and Rec?
No.
But get the fuck out of here. How are you an Office fan, but you also never saw Parks and
I
Rec?
only watched The Office because I'm like,
Get out of here. Out of caps. Deflected. Let it go. So
the original characters are great, and then you have all the cute little new ones like embarrassment and boredom,
I
anxiety.
didn't see this movie, but from the trailer, embarrassment really like
Kills the show.
struck a chord.
Yep.
Very good.
He like
The
pulls
hood.
his fucking hoodie.
Oh, your hands are
Adorable.
clammy. Thanks. Just like I'm gonna go kill myself now. Did he say that once?
No.
He had
Why
to.
would he have said that in a Pixar movie? But he did.
I'm sorry. You can kill all the parents you want in Disney, but the moment
Yes.
someone makes a suicide joke, it's wrong. Couldn't even get through that. I couldn't even get through.
He does have a really cute moment. It's in the trailer too, where she goes to like give him a high five, and he like goes to give her a fist bump instead. And then each time when she changes, he's like, "Oh, hit, and he gets embarrassed. I was like, "Oh, Brendan."
Yeah, we gotta work on those.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
I got a work thing coming up where I gotta be better at handshakes. We gotta work on those. I
shake
gotta be
everybody's
ready.
hand.
No.
All you got to do, right? Somebody goes to shake your hand. You know how when you throw a baseball, you look at the target,
Yes.
and then usually that helps a lot.
That's not the problem.
Your target is
My
right
problem
in here.
is so it used to be
You dab people up.
you dab people up if you were with a
You
younger
can't go
younger
to
person
dab
doing
someone up
whatever,
at a work
doing
conference.
whatever. That's what
You
I
work in,
thought.
like, the
but now I
medical
got
field.
50-year-old white men throwing dabs at me, and I'm like, I don't fuck what fist bump. Sure.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm like,
I
you
don't
should
know.
know what this is.
I do get. Do you understand that one? You're old.
No.
You just the webbing of your hand needs to meet the webbing of their hand for a really good like.
My favorite. Hold on.
Nope.
Just
No.
real quick,
We've done this on camera before. This
I'm
is
gonna
like
go
the
for
fourth time.
I'm gonna go for the normal handshake. It's either that
Yes.
or I reach too short and do this.
The second one means you're gay. Sorry, that was low hanging fruit. That was pretty easy. He's like, can I hold your fingers? No, I'm not gonna do it. Put your hand away.
I do get looks when that happens, and it's always just like, oh fuck.
Means you fucked up the handshake.
Yeah.
That's a first impression.
Yeah.
Thrown in the garbage.
Yeah.
Aim for the webbing. I have to shake my GM's hand a lot more often now, and he's a new GM for me. I've only been working there like 3 weeks. So whenever I shake his hand, I got to be like, all right, I can't stare at his hand the whole time, so I got to keep eye contact, but I got to aim for the webbing. Only fucked up, I think, like once.
I always had really weak hands, and now that I started going to the gym and everything, I'm still shaking people's hands. I'm like, I'm still trying to squeeze as hard as when I had no.
You don't need to squeeze hard. It's about firm.
Yeah.
Match the firmness.
But now I'm just like, now I got to squeeze harder because of that.
Welcome to the Anything
and now
Bowl
I'm just, like,
101
squeezing.
on how to give handshakes.
I'm bad at them. Also, every other social interaction.
Ready?
If we get
Step
big enough-
one, aim for the webbing. Yeah. You shake. What is this? Why did you push my finger so far?
You picked that up. Blaming me.
Look, because you're like this. You gotta be like this. You gotta be even. Hey. That's just my finger. This has been a handshake.
I like to do the one from Always. I think it's Always Sunny. Very uncomfortable for both parties.
Why did you keep going?
Because you didn't pull back. You were just letting it happen.
You had me in a hold.
You didn't move. You didn't even try. You were just like, this is happening. That's his arm now.
Inside Out 2 is a great movie.
Okay.
Now we had a tangent of learning how to shake hands.
Did you want to talk anything more about Inside Out?
I think you really just need to watch it. Like, I'm not a huge Pixar fan. I would say I'm a huge Disney fan, or rather, the term Disney adult gets thrown around very loosely. I would say we're Disney adults, or me more so, just in the fact of going to the parks, in terms of actually watching it and buying their Ilya and watching all the movies and being able to like rank every Pixar movie.
Yeah, as far as like Disney stuff goes, everything that I'm still a fanatic about are things that they purchased,
Yes.
not something that
Marvel.
they created. Yeah.
Some Star Wars, mainly the stuff they didn't make. But like
only the stuff they didn't.
Pixar stuff, I mean,
Pixar's always been great because we grew up with that. We
exactly. Well, I mean, the only other Pixar movie I could think of in the last 5 years is Toy Story 4. It turned
And
5
that's
years
your
old like
problem.
today. What else came out? I heard Luca was good. Didn't watch it. I heard Turning Red was good.
I heard Turning Red was awful.
Every Pixar movie. List of Pixar
Here we go.
films.
Toy Story, but I'm going to start from the other end.
Elemental,
Yes, Elemental I heard was bad.
Lightyear,
Lightyear was bad. Turning
Soul.
Red I heard was bad. Luca was good. Soul was pretty good.
Onward,
Was good.
Toy
Toy
Story
Story
4.
4 was good. Incredibles 2 didn't need it. But it was
Underwhelming.
Okay. Coco
Heard
heard
was
it was
great.
great. Didn't watch it.
Nope.
Cars
3, heard it was fine.
good.
Finding Dory,
Great. The Good Dinosaur didn't
Bad.
see it.
Inside Out,
Good.
didn't see it.
Monster University
Didn't
great.
see it.
Brave.
If you
solid,
could change your fate.
good.
Cars 2, bad. Toy Story 3,
Good.
up.
Fucking A tier.
Wally,
A tier.
Ratatouille,
B tier.
Cars 1,
A tier.
Incredibles,
A tier.
Finding Nemo,
A plus tier.
Monsters Inc.,
A plus tier.
Toy Story 2.
F.
Why are you such a fucking Toy Story 2 hater? I've never understood. It's better than the first one.
You're gonna hate me.
Why?
It's my.
It's gonna be something fucking stupid because I don't remember.
It was too brown.
Yes, that's it.
Its color palette was too brown.
I
and as
just
a
got
chi-
fucking brought back to be sitting in Ramapo and sitting in the fucking recording booth and talking about Toy Story. And I can remember Matt going,
I just
What?
remember being a child and being like, "Why is this color palette so drab? Why is it so bad? What is this? Where are the colors?" And then halfway through, they're like, "We're at a store now, and you're gonna get a bunch of Barbies and a Star Wars reference. I'm like, now we're getting somewhere. But then they went back to the guy in the
it
chicken
was more
costume. I'm like,
brown.
you lost me again. I'm not even a great fan of Toy Story 1 at this point because it's fucking creepy at this point.
He's the very best. Oh, the animation?
Yeah.
Buzz's face is a little
All
off-putting.
of Andy's friends being Andy.
Toy Story 3 and 4, though, are fucking great.
They're
And I'm
great.
sure 5 is going to be great when we turn 30.
4. It was good. I think it could have ended with 3 and I would have been happy.
I would agree. But Toy Story 4 was very good.
And you know what I also don't need?
Toy
Toy
Story
Story 5. Why?
What about Frozen 2 and 3 and 4? Because 3 and 4 are in development.
Frozen 2 came out already?
That was Into the Unknown.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Neither have I.
think
I haven't
I've
seen the
only
first one.
I saw Frozen once.
Upcoming. 5.
I thought Encanto was Pixar, but it was just Disney. Their art styles are like
Yeah, Disney
intertwining now.
Animation and Pixar are basically
The same fucking thing now.
they seem the same, and I'm sure to like a Disney fanatic or someone that works at Pixar, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
He started Pixar,
Yes.
and then Disney bought Pixar,
Yes.
and then he went back to Apple, and they were like, "Please save us from bankruptcy."
Yes.
The '90s.
Uh,
What a time.
So I had it and I lost it. Let me see if I look at the Pixar names again. Fresh me. Yep, I lost the webpage too.
Anyway, what did you think of the Acolyte episode 4?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't. I didn't care.
Yeah, it was pretty bad
I watched it. I just don't care.
up until the last 3 seconds.
No, it was still bad.
3 seconds were pretty cool.
It was stop. Just because someone puts a light
It doesn't
bulb in a
redeem.
stick
It doesn't
doesn't make
redeem.
it cool.
Yes, it does.
No, it does.
Look at it.
The one shot was cool.
Yes.
But guess what? That was our thumbnail last week. Keep up.
You're really loud. Okay.
I haven't been able to talk for days, so the fact that I can use my voice right now.
I hope
is
you
just
lose your voice again.
Really great.
I hope you lose your voice and you shit your pants
Okay.
again. Yes, that's right. Brendan shit his pants yesterday on the phone.
I sharted. He picked up the phone, and I went, "Hey, Miguel." Oh no! And you thought it was a bit the whole time.
He was like, I think I just shit myself. And I was like, oh, that's funny, dude. Anyway, what are we doing? You're like, no, I really think I shit myself. And then you text me like 2 hours later. You're like, I can't believe I shit myself on the phone. And I'm sitting next to Timmy. I was like, oh, shit, he was serious. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Out of nowhere.
All right. That's where I want things to end. Brendan,
Yeah.
we need to get back in the habit of having more of an outline.
Structured episode.
Yes, because I don't know if you noticed, for the last 3 or 4 episodes, we've either been in a rush to do other things or just too exhausted.
Yes.
So we need to get back to it.
Yes.
What did we do last week?
We lost everything, including my phone and the episode, but the audio-only version is on there for mainly the boys and what else?
A little bit of House of the Dragon, actually. We touch on it a little. We don't get into depth because we're going to talk about it next week.
Okay.
What about before that?
Smiling
Episode-
Friends.
Nope.
Nope. I don't know.
The title of the episode is Star Wars Might Be Bad Again.
We talk about that every week.
We do. We talked about the Acolyte, Movie Pass, Movie Crash, and a little bit of Black Ops 6. We did. That was like 3 weeks ago at this point.
Where did the time go?
I got a new job.
Yeah.
Or a new position.
My job's been fucking hectic this month.
Yeah.
And it's also been like really started feeling like summer here, so we've also been like trying to get.
We've been
like,
trying to do stuff. That's why
every-
we keep posting inconsistently.
yeah.
Because we're like, oh man, this week, like last week we went to like a baseball game and out to eat and
And the
movies,
fair.
and the fair and this.
Yeah.
And then we went kayaking and then you lost all the footage because you dropped your phone at the bottom of the lake. I keep telling people that story. It's fucking hilarious.
So good.
All right. Close it out.
Been the Anything Bowl where anything goes. I'm Brendan.
I am Miguel.
See you next week.
Fuck you.